And I'm not even looking at your life plan. I'm just looking at your plan since I sentenced you.
Yes, sir.
You know, we've had repeated violations.
Well, I mean, I'm being honest, man.
No, I know you are, and I appreciate
yes,
that. I
yes,
know
sir, I have an issue.
you can't
Yes,
can't stop drinking on your own. I get that.
I've tried. I got Vivitrol from my doctor, and that ain't working. So I'm trying different options, and it don't seem to be working.
Mr. Turner, stop. I'm not suggesting that you're not trying.
Oh,
good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Ms. Patton, your appearance for Mr. Turner.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Mr. Turner, who's present on the screen.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Turner was sentenced on September 14, 2020 for an operating while visibly impaired file. Have you seen the paperwork from probation, Ms. Patton?
Yes, I have, Your Honor, and I've gone over the allegations with Mr. Turner, and he is going to plead guilty this morning to the court.
Okay. All right, what else do you have for me?
Just, Your Honor, I've spoken with Mr. Turner regarding what's going on in his life. Mr. Turner has had a lot of death in his family, including his wife of 20 years passed away just prior to him catching this case on July 4th of 2020, which was actually their anniversary. He's lost several other people very close to him. He's very candid. He was very candid when speaking with me. He is going to therapy. He says he's struggling with alcohol right now. It's his coping mechanism. And he does know that he needs to get some help to get that under control, but he's not there yet, Your Honor.
Where's he going to therapy?
Who's your therapist, Mr. Turner?
Justice. She's in Livonia counseling. Livonia counseling therapy.
What's her name?
Justice. I don't know her last name, sir.
So her first name is Justice?
Yes, sir.
All right. When's the last time you saw her?
I talked to her yesterday, sir.
All right. Do you only do telephone or do you go in person?
No, sir. I've never seen her personally. I've been with her since my wife passed away. I got sentenced on July. I started therapy in August. So I've been with her about 10 months, sir.
All right. I sentenced you on this file on September 14th.
Okay. So, I mean, well, but then I was with her a couple months before that.
Okay. And the name of the organization or the agency is what?
Livonia Counseling.
All right. And have you provided documentation for that therapy to probation?
No. In fact, Art tried to call her today and put me on hold. I guess she ain't contacted him back. She asked me, did I want to do it either way? And I said, whatever you need to do. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, if she wants to give the information to the court, I have no problem with that. But she says it's client therapist privilege. So,
okay, sir,
I mean,
unless we get documentation, you're not in treatment.
Yes, sir.
Treatment that we have no documentation on doesn't count for us.
Yes, sir.
So
Understood.
I would suggest you get on the phone with her today, your therapist, and have her document your treatment to Art today.
Your
Yes,
Honor,
sir.
not to interrupt, her name is, I looked up the counseling center. It is called the Livonia Counseling Center. It is a division of Hagera. And the counselor who's online, at least, is Justice Nements. And I'll spell that N as in Nancy, E, M as in Mike, I-T-Z.
Yes, ma'am. That's her. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sikowski, what else do we have from the department?
We did have a prior violation where there was a cocaine positive, as long as several other failure to appears. We're still lacking 48 hours community service as well. But to get back to the therapy, Your Honor, I just got off the phone with Hagera and talked to the office manager. And apparently, Mr. Turner had went to his therapist and asked that the consent be revoked and that no documentation or conversation take place with this court.
Your Honor, I did speak with Mr. Turner about that. He is not under the impression that, well, he said he did not revoke that. He thinks there's some miscommunication there.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. I didn't have no one revoke nothing. I have nothing to hide, young lady. So I didn't revoke nothing. Justice asked me, did I want to revoke it? And then my phone went dead. I had to get a new phone, and I was able to communicate with her before this happened today. So
All right, so have I made myself clear, Mr. Turner?
yes, sir.
Your responsibility is to provide documentation from your therapist to probation about what you've been doing with that therapist
Yes, sir.
today.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's the problem with the community service? We haven't seen that documented.
And I spoke with Mr. Turner about the community service. He said that the church he's doing community service with won't provide interim documentation, that they said they'll provide it once he's completed all of the hours.
So he was sentenced to do 48 hours in September, and it's still not done?
No, Your Honor, he has maybe close to half of that done.
Are you working, Mr. Turner?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Performance Windows in Shelby at 23 and Shaner.
How long have you been with them?
5 years, sir.
I'm going to give you until I'm going to give you until June 15th to complete your 48 hours and document to the court.
Yes, sir.
4 p.m. today, deadline for Art to get something from your therapist.
Yes, sir.
What else, Art?
Your Honor, he has been struggling with sobriety throughout this whole period of time, and he has been missing a lot of tests. I think it may be 30 days on the alcohol monitor might be a good motivating factor to get a good start on his sobriety.
Ms. Patton?
Your Honor, I've discussed that with Mr. Turner, and so he knew the court would maybe impose an alcohol monitor on him. He has been very candid, Your Honor, he is struggling. So it may motivate him, but he quite frankly feels that he's not going to be able to comply for a long period of time, just to be honest with the court.
Your Honor, then maybe inpatient treatment is more appropriate at this time.
Well, Mr. Turner, I'm assuming we all have the same goal, which is your sobriety.
Yes, sir.
Have you ever done substance abuse counseling before your wife died?
Oh, sir.
All right. So you lost your wife in July, right? So it's been
Sir.
roughly 10 months,
Yes, sir.
and you started seeing the therapist roughly shortly after your wife died?
It was actually, around August or September. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you've been working with Justice for something around 8 or 9 months, it sounds like.
I mean, and we worked hard together. I have really bad days. Other days, I mean, we all
Okay,
have an excuse.
okay.
eh?
Okay, hold
What?
on. Was that a yes? You've been working with Justice for approximately 8 or 9 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and yet you continue to use.
Yes, sir.
I'm not discounting the value you might be getting from meeting with Justice, but sobriety is not one of the things you've gathered. So I'm going to suggest we need to do something we need to up your game somehow. For me, inpatient would be a logical tool to accomplish that. I understand that inpatient puts your life on hold.
And my
But
bills.
I'm not so sure your drinking hasn't put your life on hold.
Yes, sir. But I mean, if I go to, like I told Justice, if I go into inpatient therapy, unfortunately, my bills ain't gonna get paid because now that my wife has passed away, I'm the only one paying the bills at the house,
Right?
and it's a little overwhelming. And if I get
I can
behind,
only imagine.
no one really cares about what happened in my life because we all have problems. Hey, so I mean that's my whole point.
No, and I don't want you to think for a minute, Mr. Turner, that I'm not sympathetic to that, but I've been doing this a fairly long time, and you've had financial problems before, right?
Yes, sir.
I just think that in your situation, the most important thing is sobriety, and everything else has to take a back seat to that. And if that means you get into some financial holes that you got to dig out, it's easier to dig out when you're sober.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to order inpatient at this point. I'm more than willing to try it with the alcohol monitor, but
Yes, sir.
you got to understand, if I order the alcohol monitor and you drink, then the Wayne County deputies pick you up and put you in jail for the remainder of that time period.
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming if you're in jail, you're probably going to lose your job, which means there you go with the financial problems again.
Yes, sir. I'm not trying to do that, sir. I'm trying to just move forward.
No,
Yes, sir.
I'm not questioning your motivation to make changes. I'm questioning your game plan.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not trying to rub salt in your wounds, Mr. Turner, but just looking at what I've got on paper here, how well has your plan been working?
Not at all. Not at all, sir. Everything on my record is alcohol related. Yes, sir.
And I'm not even looking at your life plan. I'm just looking at your plan since I sentenced you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, we've had repeated violations.
Well, I mean, I'm being honest, man.
No, I know you are, and I appreciate
yes,
that. I
Yes,
know
sir.
you're,
I have an issue.
you can't,
Yes,
you
sir.
can't stop drinking on your own. I get that.
I've tried. I got
I-
Vivitrol from my doctor, and that ain't working. So I'm trying different
No.
options, and it
No,
don't seem to be
Mr.
working.
Turner,
sir.
stop. I'm not suggesting that you're not trying. I'm just pointing out that it doesn't seem to be working with the attempts you've made to date.
Yes,
And
sir.
I'm suggesting that, as drastic as it sounds to you, maybe inpatient is the way to get sober.
Yes, sir. Whatever you think, sir.
And Miss Patton, I don't have any problem if you want me to pass on this file and let Mr. Turner have some time to do some soul searching and maybe, talk it through with you before I make a decision. Once again, I'm not going to order him to go to inpatient. I want him to make that decision for himself if that's where we're going.
Your Honor,
But I've got to do something.
yeah, based on the conversation that I had with Mr. Turner on this morning, my concern is for the alcohol monitor and just where he is in his sobriety, and whether or not he's going to be successful on that. So if we
Me
could
too.
get some time for him to really think about it, I do believe that his therapist has also recommended inpatient. So if I could get a little time to discuss that with him and kind of see if he can get a moment of reflection.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Miss Patton, you and I have been working together long enough. I'm not looking at jail as any kind of a positive alternative.
I know.
That's not going to help his sobriety. It's just going to keep him sober while he's there.
Right.
We can reconvene later this afternoon, or, I can pick a date and time next week, first of the week, whatever you want to do.
Judge, can we get first of the week?
Yep.
That gives Mr. Turner some time to kind of think about it.
Thank you.
And I would suggest try to get Justice on the phone and have a serious conversation with her about it.
Yes, sir.
You gotta talk to her to get some documentation for us anyhow.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm looking at my calendar.
Sorry, that was my dog.
All right. We could probably do, I've got arraignments Monday morning, so probably by 10:30 or 11, we could get together on Zoom.
I'm available that day. Mr. Turner, does that time
10:30?
work for you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
What date again? Sorry. no.
Monday,
Monday. Okay.
Monday the
yes, sir.
17th.
Okay. Yes, sir.
At what time, Your Honor?
10:30.
Okay.
And I just made a note, we're going to review inpatient treatment at 10:30 on 5/17. I've already talked about the community service. I've already talked about the documentation for therapy. Art, anything else we need to talk about today?
Not today, Your Honor. I'll probably give the defendant a call after we're done here, and so maybe we can have a serious conversation.
Okay. Mr. Turner, I wish you luck. We'll talk Monday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Patton.
All right,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
So she doesn't join the meeting, right? I gotta have a meeting ID though. I tried to close that at some point. If you got it. Mr. Hadley, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Got one we can do today? Right now?
Absolutely. We are
Give me a name.
set to go on Harmon Roland. He was an 8 o'clock show cause, Your Honor.
Roland.
Last name Roland. Yes, sir.
I'm not seeing the Roland's file. Oh, there we go. All right, I've got the file.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Harmon Roland. Mr. Roland, please take yourself off of mute. State your name for the court.
My name is Harmon Roland.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, as to the show cause, had a chance to speak with Mr. Roland. Again, it sounded like there was a mailing issue. He had not received the original notice to appear. Availed himself of the court upon receiving this one. We have had an opportunity to speak with the Wayne County prosecutor and have reached a plea agreement that we would like to avail ourselves of at this time.
Which is what?
The current misdemeanor charge of an expired license, Your Honor, would be reduced to a no ops on person.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Roland, you understand the possible penalty for that charge, up to 90 days in jail, up to $500 fines plus court costs?
Yes,
You've discussed your rights and options with Mr. Hadley. You understand those rights and options?
yes,
In all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
say that again.
Standing all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Am I pleading guilty?
Yes,
All right,
to
Mr.
the
Hadley, I'm gonna
reduced
take care of
charge of
something
no
live.
ops,
We'll
Mr.
put you in a
Roland.
breakout
Yes,
room. We'll
yes.
fix that.
Yes.
Put him in a breakout room. What do you guys got? What's the name?
Benson? Benson.
Gentlemen, appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of P12, P8, 4448.
And good morning, Your Honor. Jamil Kuja, P71963, appearing on behalf of Mr. Benson.
Good morning. You can have a seat. Lawyers like to talk on their feet. What are we doing?
So this one, we're just gonna amend the original charge and amend it to a charge of double parking of $200.
All right. And Ms. Everson, that's the way you want to take care of this, with a responsible plea to a civil infraction?
Yes.
And can you pay the $200 today?
No, I'd ask for, I get paid on the 6th, if that's okay.
All right, I need you to go down, the money's due within 5 days. so that
5 days,
means
okay.
You either have to pay it within 5 days, or within 5 days, make other arrangements. So go
Okay.
downstairs and set up a due date.
Sounds good.
Misdemeanor is dismissed. Anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you, too, Judge.
Thank you.
Mr. Kowinski, you got anything else ready?
Not at this moment, Your Honor, unless there's somebody in the breakout room that wants to speak with me.
All right, Mr. Hadley, you got something we can do successfully?
Your Honor, I think he couldn't hear you. When I met with him in the breakout room, he said that he didn't understand what had gone wrong. But yeah, we're ready to recall Roland.
Still in the breakout room. These other faces on my screen, anybody else got anything ready?
Your Honor, we can go ahead and call Lontavis Jacobs. It's 9 o'clock.
I've got the file.
Thank you. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Lontavis Jacobs. Mr. Jacobs, can you state your name for the court?
Lontavis Jacobs.
Your Honor, we would be asking for an adjournment. This is our first appearance today. We would like to get some discovery.
How far out you want to go?
It's with Wayne County with the digital. Let's just go 3 weeks of what the court has available.
I've got every Wednesday available for PCC. Oh, this is a misdemeanor? So I can go to.
I was looking to see if I'm with you on any of the other dates.
Well, this says any Wednesday is for misdemeanors. So any Wednesday.
Your Honor, could we do the 15th?
9:30, all right?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jacobs at work?
Yes, sir.
Have a nice day.
All right.
Anything ready?
I have a gentleman in custody, Judge, Mr. Pegs. I don't know if he's up here.
Your Honor, I think we're ready on the Buckner matter if Mr. Kowinski is available.
His in custody client up here.
Yes, I'm actually present in court.
Oh, appearances on Pegs.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kowinski appearing.
Okay.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Son of Court, Eric Dozy on behalf of Mr. Pegs. Your Honor, today's the date time set for the probable cause conference. We're demanding an examination. If the court is available on March 1st.
You sending both files for exam?
He only has the one that I'm aware of, Judge, which is the home invasion.
Oh, we got a misdemeanor as well. Anybody representing him on the domestic violence?
Yes, Your Honor. I haven't had a chance to meet with Mr. Pegs in the breakout room, but again, we would be asking for an adjournment on that matter to obtain discovery, as we have not received any discovery yet.
Let's adjourn the misdemeanor till the 1st. That's the exam date, counsel?
That's perfect.
We'll do an exam on a felony file on March 1.
What time, Judge?
Noon,
Perfect.
live.
Yes, sir.
Bond is continued on that file.
Hey,
Anything-
can you pick up James Lyle
No,
at
Judge, I would just ask to
please?
have that his file be marked medical. He indicates to me that he has not been receiving his medication since he's been incarcerated. So if we could just put a flag on that so that the sheriff's office make sure they.
Can we do that, Heather?
Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Hadley, we're going to adjourn the misdemeanor till March 1.
Very good. Mr.
I don't want to do it at 8:30 because then we got him back on. Well, he's going to be here live.
I'm going to be here with you
and
and
be here by like 11 o'clock, 11:30.
Your Honor, I'm with you on March 1st in person. I'm house counsel that day.
Yeah, so let's call this one 11 a.m.
Very good.
Okay. Mr. Pegs, you got that?
You said what, Your Honor?
March 1. One file scheduled at 11 a.m. One is scheduled at noon next Wednesday.
So, Your Honor, Your Honor, for me being in here, do I get any time served to get bonded out? What about my bond?
Your bonds have not been changed. So time served, I'm pretty generous on time served on the misdemeanor. I won't be sentencing you on a felony, so I can't help you there.
So what does that mean? Okay, so Your
Pegs,
Honor,
I'll
so,
come by to the jail.
so Your
Mr.
Honor,
Pegs,
what,
this is Attorney Aragosi. I will come to the jail, discuss this with you, and have some forms for you to fill out to get into that program we talked about, okay?
And
Okay.
Mr. Peggs, I can meet with you in a breakout room real quickly if the Wayne County Sheriff Deputy can move you over. That's fine.
Yes. Yeah, we're good. You can put him in a breakout room.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, do you need to see him again or no?
Did you have a question, Josh?
No, sir, just trying to get Mr. Peggs moved into a breakout room.
Josh,
I think we got it here.
Josh, I moved him to your meeting.
Perfect. We're ready to recall Mr. Roland, the 8 o'clock show cause, who's trying to tender the guilty plea to the no ops.
All right, Mr. Roland, understanding everything we've discussed, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, pleading guilty to reduce the
Did you
charges.
drive a vehicle? Did you
Yes.
drive a vehicle at 94 and Vining in Romulus on April 23, 22?
Yes, sir.
Was your license suspended, revoked, or denied at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Hadley?
Yes, sir.
I'll dismiss the original charge, accept the plea to the added charge. What should I know about Mr. Roland before I set the terms of sentence?
Your Honor, again, this was a mistake. Mr. Roland accepts responsibility for it and just asks for the mercy of this court. Again, his money's tight for everybody right now.
Are you working, Mr. Roland?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where do you work?
Provision living.
I'm sorry, provision what?
Provision living.
What do they do?
Take care of old people,
Okay.
the elderly.
How long have you had the job?
3 months.
Okay. All right. Anything you want me to know before I set the terms of sentence on this file?
No, Your Honor.
All right, before I do that, it looks like we've got some other files you owe money on. We've got a fail to display valid license charge out of Van Buren Township, 2021 file. Looks like there was a payment due on that in November of 21, and we've never seen any payment on that. We've also got a speeding ticket that was issued along with this expired license charge. That's in default. There's money due on that. On today's file, your total is $450. That money's due within 5 days of today. That means you got to contact the court and set up payment plans on all these files. Need you to do that within 5 days from today. Understood?
So I just call the court and tell them I want to set up payment plans.
You can do it in person, or you can go on our website under the Contact Us tab, and you can do it that way. You're local, right? I'm showing your address in Romulus.
Yes.
Yeah, it's much easier if you can just stop in here someday, but you can do it on our computer website.
Okay. And you said the total of those tickets come up to 500, or it's multiple
No,
of them?
450 for today's file. You've got 2 other files you owe us money on.
Okay, so it's 3 in total.
You're somewhere close to $1,000. I didn't do the math for you.
Okay, so $1,000, and then I'll be covered in all those tickets.
No, you're somewhere near $1,000. I didn't do the math for you.
Okay, Your Honor.
You can talk about your options. Just come on in or start that conversation on the website.
All right.
Good luck. Are we ready on Buckner?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Appearances?
Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of people, P84448.
Neighborhood Defender Service by Jonathan Cohen, P86151, appearing by Zoom with Mr. Buckner, who's appearing by Zoom from the Wayne County Jail. Mr. Buckner, can you go ahead and state your name, please?
Christopher Buckner. How you doing today, Judge?
Wonderful, thank you. What are we doing, gentlemen?
Your Honor, I believe we have discovery in this matter, and we're requesting that it be set for a preliminary examination.
Did you discuss a date with the prosecution?
We did not.
How about March 1, next Wednesday?
Can you hear
I
me?
can do that. Mr. Buckner, are you okay with a week for the examination?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, March 1st is fine. I have one set at 11:30 already and before this court.
Your Honor, may I speak with my lawyer in a breakout room for 1 second, if you don't mind?
Well, yes, but can we set this date and time first?
Yes.
Okay, counsel, you've got one at 11:30. I'm gonna schedule this one at 11:30 and we'll do them when we do them.
That sounds good. Thank you.
All right, bond is continued. We'll get you in a breakout room. Mr. Buckner, any questions before, because once I put you in the breakout room, I'm not gonna see you again today. So any questions?
Yes, it's a lot going on, so I was wondering if I was able to get a personal bond. I know this case is kind of made to make me look a certain way, but it's innocent until proven guilty. I haven't been able to see my son, and this is the longest I haven't been able to see him since he was born. My mother's going through some things and her car's being stolen, and I know she needs help, and I don't know if it's referring to everything that's going on with this case, but I would like to be able to help her instead of having my lawyer, Mr. Cohen, kind of tell me some bad news and I'm not even, able to help her. And
so let me answer your question this way. From what I know so far, I'm not inclined to do a personal bond when we're only bouncing it out a week. After you have your breakout conversation with Mr. Cohen, if Mr. Cohen thinks he's got some information that he wants to share with me so we can look at bond, then he can get back online and we'll do that. Understood?
I appreciate it. Yes.
All right, we'll put you in a breakout room.
Thank you.
What are we waiting for? All right, Mr. Parker, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, Michelle's been trying to communicate with you by text to get you lined up with your client.
I do see him. I do have a question. Maybe the court might not be able to answer it. I thought my client was in Washtenaw County. I looked on the Wayne County jail list. I did not see his name. Just curious as to why that happened like that.
I certainly don't have any idea because I don't have anything to do with any of that.
No, that's what I figured.
He is in Washtenaw County this morning, if that helps.
Okay, what? Okay, so
He's right here, Mr. Parker. I tried to put you in a breakout room with him.
I see. So WCJ is Washtenaw County also. Okay, that's where the confusion is. Okay, then. He's not in Wayne
Can we put you in a
County.
breakout room with him?
We're ready to set an exam date. We want the earliest one as possible, but we could do both, Your Honor.
All right. You don't need to talk to him today in a breakout room?
Let me have a breakout room. Thank you.
All right. Okay, we'll put you in a breakout room.
Your Honor, I just met with Mr. Pegs in a breakout room, and he's indicated to me that he hasn't spoken to any attorney on his felony case. I don't know if that's accurate or not, that he hasn't met with Neighborhood Defender Services.
It's completely inaccurate. I did speak with him.
Okay,
for a couple
just
of
want to make
times.
sure. Thank you, guys.
Last week I was out with COVID, so I wasn't able to actually speak.
Well, that's
with him.
inexcusable.
But today I'm actually going to go to the jail.
No one's hurling accusations. I was just trying to figure out if somebody had met with him before I let him go. Thank you.
Mr. Pegs is still in a breakout room, I think.
Yeah. In any event, people have an issue with respect to the day we selected.
All right, hold on. I'm not doing this without Pegs. Is Pegs still in the breakout room or did we lose him?
No, I still have him. I was just trying to get clarification because he told me he hadn't met with anybody about his felony case, and
All right, so bring him
I
back
couldn't.
in. We got to talk about his date for the exam.
Okay. Hang on, let me meet with him and explain to that part.
I just moved him back
No,
to the
just bring
main.
him in I'm standing around my thumb up my ass, Mr. Hadley. Bring him into my courtroom. We'll explain to him now that we're talking about the date. Mr. Pegs, good morning again.
Good morning, Judge.
There's an issue about the date we set.
Remax Proof on behalf of the people, PA2800. Judge, I do have a complainant here. She has surgery next week, so it'll be the day after the exam is set. So we're respectfully asking for an extra week so that she could actually make it to the for the exam.
All right, so her surgery scheduled on the 2nd.
On the 28th.
So your surgery scheduled before the exam is set. Got it. Okay. All right. So you want to go out to March 8th. Are you going to be back on your feet by then? But you'll be all right. I mean, well, you'll be both. Okay. All right. I can't give you the 8th. Gives you more time to heal. April 5th. April 5th. Yes or no? Mr. Hadley, April 5th work for the misdemeanor, or you want to deal with the misdemeanor before then?
We do it on the 5th. Can we do it on the 15th? Or
We can schedule the misdemeanor for the 15th.
Or the 20, you know what, Your Honor, I just realized I've got a arraignment that day. Let's do the 20, can we do the 22nd? I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing.
Me too.
There we go.
All right, what day do you want to do?
Your Honor, can we do the 22nd?
March 22nd? Yes.
Excellent.
Let's set it at 8:30. All right, Mr. Pegs, your misdemeanor file is going to be heard on March 22nd at 8:30. Your exam date is now April 5. We'll stick with the same time, noon.
Thank you, Judge. Can I address bond then, not now that it's going well beyond? Judge, at this time, Mr. Pegs was residing over near with the complaining witness until I believe it was Judge Green had issued an order for a injunction against that. He had been employed over at McDonald's full-time. He's a high school graduate with some college as well. Last I heard, he was getting treatment in the Higuera services here in Westland. We would ask the court to consider a reduction of about, I believe it's about a $50,000 cash, 10%.
That's what, I don't see the 10%. It looks
Or
like just
just
cash. Cash or surety, 50,000 with some conditions, it looks like.
Granted, this is a very serious charges. However, after discussing this with people, I do believe that the majority of the serious charges will be dropped based on the testimony. With that being said, would the court consider 10,000, 10% or a personal bond? Notwithstanding.
People.
Judge, the people would object. The complainant who's present here today has indicated that she is seriously afraid of her grandson, the defendant. And on multiple occasions where he was not supposed to return to the home, he did return to the home. And on this specific case, Your Honor, he damaged all of her windows. They're boarded up currently. And she's afraid that if he gets out, he will just go back to the location where he's not supposed to be.
Clarification question. When you say when he wasn't supposed to go back to the house, he did anyhow, was that under court order he wasn't supposed to go back, or just she told him don't come back?
There was a court order where he wasn't supposed to go to with no contact and was not supposed to be there.
That's concerning.
That was presented to us in terms of the discovery. We are aware of that. And he does have some mental health issues. As such, we're trying to get him into the mental health court, etc. That being said, though, I would ask the court if it would consider the reduction just the same with the time.
Does the tether give your victim a comfort level?
One moment.
Yeah. What are the chances of you getting set up so I can set the bond up so that he's either in custody or he's in treatment?
I have to get him into a program. I'm working with my social worker to try to get that, making something happen. He was going to go to a 3/4 halfway house, the adult foster care that he was residing in. Trying to get the next step, but then I got sick.
Okay.
So I'm doing.
So it's possible.
It's possible. It's not guaranteed.
I'd be much more comfortable.
Me too.
taking him from the jail or releasing him from the jail, knowing he's going where treatment
How
is
about we
at.
do that? How about we have release upon to a treatment facility?
You satisfied with that?
Very satisfied with that.
Okay. All right, put your heads together and come up with some language and I'll craft the bond condition that way. All right, Mr. Pegs, hang with us. Mr. Park, are you ready on Lyle?
I'm ready, Lyle, Your Honor. But I believe my client and I are having a breakdown at this point in time. And what could happen is I can take the case back to my office and have it reassigned.
All right, so you want to adjourn the PCC?
Yes, do we have a hold on Mr. Lyle? He may not want to adjourn it.
Okay.
But I could take the next quickest date and I could have another attorney get a hold of Mr. Lyle and work with him.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Mr. Lyle, hold on,
Excuse me.
hold on. Mr. Lyle, right now we got two options. I can adjourn this for a week so you can get another attorney assigned from Mr. Parker's office, or you can deal with Mr. Parker today. That's really the only options I've got for you.
Okay, well, sir, this is what I was trying to say. I've already had my PCC. I've already had one preliminary exam. And they postponed my preliminary exam. And then I was locked up from the 9th of December. I was
Okay,
supposed to be.
sir, I don't have time for history. I don't have time for history. Mr.
Well, yes, I
Parker
want
told me
another,
there's a breakdown
I need
in
another
communication
attorney.
between the
Yes,
two
sir.
of you. Sir, don't talk on top of me, please. Mr. Parker's explained that there's a breakdown in the communications between the two of you. That only leaves me the option of adjourning it to get another attorney involved. If you don't want to adjourn it, then we've got to do something while Mr. Parker represents you today.
Okay, well, that's what I want to do. I want to adjourn it, but this is what I'm trying to say that this is why I wrote a letter with my proof of incarceration stating that I was here when I was supposed to be in court. That's why I was trying to get my bond reinstated I had a personal recognizance bond. It was taken away because I missed court. I was incarcerated. That was the only reason I missed court. This is the miscommunication because even when I was outside of the jail, the first time I ever talked to Mr. Parker, he just argued with me and just said that I was guilty. So that's why I don't want Mr. Parker to represent me because he's an ineffective counsel. And he just yelled at me for no reason. As soon as he got on the screen, he just yelled at me and said, I don't give a fuck.
So you're telling me that you want to have a bond discussion without Mr. Parker today?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't want Mr. Parker. That's why I wrote in my letter that I wanted my bond.
Sir.
What you say, sir? I didn't hear you.
Who's prosecuting this file? Who's prosecuting this file?
It's a DV.
Today is just a complete cluster. Can we actually get something done today?
No.
Ms. Vanderdan, if you're speaking, we can't hear you. You have no volume. We can't hear you at all.
You know what? From now on, everything's live. I'm done. I'm absolutely done. It's live. I don't care if they're living in California. I don't care if they broke their legs. It's live. Mr. Cohen, did we come up with some bond language? I can take care of Pegs. Pegs, can we do some bond language on that?
Yeah, I'm actually
You're still-
looking at something like that. I was gonna email it.
So I need to get back on Pegs again.
No, I think we're all right on Pegs. On your file, we're good.
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
But we're not ready for you, unfortunately.
Ms. Vanderdan, Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome.
Let's talk about bond for Mr. Lyle. I can't find a bond rec in the file. Right, and that's what he's saying. The reason he didn't show up was because it was a miscommunication. He didn't know he was supposed to be.
Your Honor, it looks like on 10/22, respondent was given a $25,000 PR bond with a no contact order. It looks like he may have. It looks like he failed to appear on 11/3, but it looks like the register of actions.
You're reading the ROA that I've got in my file. That's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Yeah. So Mr. Lyle tells me that the reason he missed his court date is because he was in custody somewhere else.
That was on the 14th. I never missed a court date when I was not incarcerated. I went to every court. I went up to the building.
Is that a long way to say, yes, Judge, you were correct?
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. So one more time, do the people have a bond recommendation or position?
No, Your Honor, we would just ask that bond be continued.
That's not helpful either. Mr. Lyle?
Yes, sir.
I'll put you on a $25,000 personal bond and set you for a probable cause conference next Wednesday. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let's see. No other holds on you other than our file? Is that correct? Or you still got some other holds?
I have another hold. Yeah.
All right. So
But
I'm going to set this at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, sir. I just.
All right. So what are we doing on pegs on the felony? We're still working on it?
Yes, I am, Judge. Typing something up.
Hang with us, Mr. Pegs. Mr. Hadley, you got anything?
Yes, indeed, Your Honor. We're all set to go on Miss Rosalind Daniels. She was a 8 o'clock show cause who's been patiently waiting for me.
Oh, she's still.
I think she should be moving in. I gave her the invite. Excellent.
You gotta sign anything?
All right, your appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley, appearing on behalf of the defendant, Miss Rosalind Daniels. Miss Daniels, please state your name for the court.
Rosalind Daniels.
Thank you. What are we doing?
Your Honor, as far as the show cause, sounds like her kids got a hold of the first notice to appear, and she found the second one, made it in, does apologize to the court. In the way of resolving this case, we would like to avail ourselves of the people's plea offer, where the current offenses of no insurance and an improper registration and plate will be dismissed in exchange for an entry of responsible to the civil infraction of double parking. And I believe I have Miss Yafusi in the courtroom if she could verify.
Was there an agree?
There's an agreement, Your Honor.
Was there an agreed upon fines and cost amount?
Whatever the court deems necessary. I believe it was $200, maybe.
Mr. Hadley, was there an amount?
Your Honor, we leave it to the court's discretion. But beginning, just to add that the vehicle that was involved has been sold, and we just asked the court to use their discretion.
Ms. Daniels, is that the way you want to resolve this? You're going to be responsible to double parking?
Yes, please.
All right, fines and cost $250. I'll dismiss both the original charges. That $250 is due within 5 days, so that means pay it within 5 or contact us within 5 to make other arrangements. Understood?
Yes, thank you.
Any questions, ma'am?
No, sir.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you, you too.
Counsel, are we ready on Barton?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know if she's on the line, though. She is locked up in the Monroe County Jail. I don't know if your office knew that.
We do not, we do know that, but we do not have her. We have not heard from Monroe.
Whatever the court would like to do. I should advise you, Judge, that tomorrow she is being arraigned on a case in Wyandotte. Same
Okay.
charges.
All right, where are we at on the file? Are you ready to do anything? Can you waive her presence to do anything, or should we just adjourn it till next Wednesday?
I would prefer to adjourn it, Judge, and if I can read the tea leaves, an offer was extended to Miss Segura, who is her attorney of record, who, by the way, is currently at the hospital having a baby. I believe the offer was to a misdemeanor, but with that we did not know the outstanding issue with the other case. So I think we're going to have to negotiate something with Mr. Bresnahan for a global resolution. In short, can I ask for 2 weeks?
You may.
Thanks, sir.
March 8, 8:30.
Thank you, sir. You are a good man.
Always a pleasure.
Judge, Miss Walrad is ready on Dupon.
On Dupon? Mr. Duncan,
Yes,
what's
Your
the
Honor.
file? All right, let me take care of Dupont and the McDonald's up. What's the name? Oh, got it. Hyphenated names always give me fits. All right. Are we ready on Paul Dupont the second?
Yes, Your Honor.
Appearance.
Your Honor, Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of the people, P84448.
Good morning, Your Honor. Veronica Walrad, P85665 on behalf of Mr. Dupont. Mr. Dupont, if you could state your name for the court.
Paul Justin Dupont II, June 12th, 1979.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, I have received paper discovery, but no digital. I believe that we're anticipating we would like to set for exam, but if we could have a couple of weeks to make sure that I have time to review that with Mr. Dupont.
March 8th?
Mr. Dupont, would March 8th work for a date for examination?
Can I check my calendar real quick?
Exam, or do you want to adjourn the PCC?
Oh, adjourning the PCC in that case, Your Honor, would be best.
I'm looking at my calendar. Can I have just like 10 seconds? Yep. March 8th. March 8th will work.
7. March 8 works?
Yeah, I can come on Zoom again
No.
because I'm at
yes,
work.
You can. It's Judge Green.
Okay.
What time also? 10:15. Council's at work?
It does. Thank you, Your Honor.
10:15, March
Bond
8th,
continued.
Judge Green.
And Mr. Dupont?
Yes,
you
sir.
owe us almost $1,800 on various files. Looks like payments were supposed to start February 9. Bring us some money, or do it online before then. Get on track.
Yes, Your Honor. I remember I told you I had been out of work because I was sick. I'm working on getting a paycheck. I had done the thing online, but it didn't work for me to try to change my date. And then I called and they told me that it was just a big headache. I'll make some kind of payment. I live at 19708 Sharon Court, Belleville, Michigan.
All right, so you're local. Just roll in here and drop a little money.
Okay.
Set something up.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Just let us know you're serious.
Yes, sir.
Deal?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Have a great day.
Yes, sir.
All right, appearances on George Sabina McDonald.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of the people, P84448. Hello, Judge. Time set for public comments. I'm asking that this matter be scheduled for me.
Next week?
Judge, is March 8th available or?
I can't, I got to keep it for me. So I can do next week or I can go into April.
April is fine, Judge, but I heard you say April 5th, and I'm starting a CSC trial that day.
So April 12th should work as well. April 12th,
Yes, that's fine.
11:30.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Bond is continued.
Have a good morning.
Have a great day, gentlemen.
I see it's not running close. I'm blaming Heather for all of it.
We ready? Anything?
Yeah, Judge, on Pegs, I sent an email to your staff. I trust that they received it.
I don't know if they can even check it from out here.
I can read it aloud if you would like.
Yeah, please.
Sure, sure. People in the defense, I'm sorry, would you like to recall the case or no?
Sure. Recalling the people versus Shami Pegs.
Thank you. People in the defense agree that the bond shall be lowered to 10,000 personal with a GPS tether period. That defendant shall be released to an approved mental health treatment facility that has been approved by the court.
No objection to that, Your Honor.
Or would the court prefer that there be other language more so that the jail doesn't read that to mean he can be released now? Should it say that the defendant shall not be released until a pre-approved?
I like that better.
Okay.
Yeah. You catching this?
That would be myself. and I
He's
will-
going to come up with something and he's going to contact us and we're going to say yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm assuming you're playing well tonight together.
That is correct.
We're good, Judge.
All right. Okay. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Mr. Peggs, you understand that?
No, Your Honor. Can you please explain that to me, Mr. Your Honor, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. As soon as your counsel can get you lined up with bed space, we're going to release you from the jail to go right to treatment.
Okay.
And he's
All right.
working on that. The only thing that's holding you up is he was sick last week, so he's got to get back on that project.
Okay.
Got
Okay,
it?
Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I
right.
understand.
Everybody wants to get you into treatment ASAP.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck.
I'm ready also on Mr. Thomas Matthews, who's present in the court.
I'm sorry, the last name was what?
Matthews, PCC, ready whenever you are.
I'm ready right now. Appearances. Thank you, ladies.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of the people, P84448.
There it goes on behalf of Mr. Matthews.
You can sit.
Judge, we're just debating anything. Next week.
What do you got scheduled next week already? What
Nothing.
else? Anything? Did we give you one yet?
Yeah, we did for April 5th for Mr. Peggs, but
Nothing next week yet.
no,
12:30?
sure.
Week from today, 12:30?
No.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bond continue.
See you there.
Mr. Hadley, anything?
Your Honor, I think the waiting room is cleared up. No, sir.
Okay.
Is that Josh's?
No.
No, she didn't want to turn it. I said it on.
Oh. Kathleen Hill, come on up, ma'am. Ms. Hill, you did not want to speak to a court-appointed attorney today?
No.
Okay. All right, I've got a file here from November 19, 2022. It's a misdemeanor charge. Failed to display a valid license. That carries a possible penalty of up to $500 fines plus court costs and up to 90 days in jail. Do you understand that?
Yes.
All right. Would you like to talk to the prosecutor and see if you can resolve that with the prosecutor?
I thought the plaintiff is a plaintiff.
Would that be you?
I'm one of the prosecutors, yeah. I could probably go in a room and back there and talk. Do we have time or?
Yeah, go.
All right.
I'm waiting for files right now, Mr. Kwinsky, so fine. You look confused, ma'am. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but she should talk to the prosecutor. Yeah, because she's here for a pretrial. Yeah. Well, show cause, and if she shows up, we pre-trial. No biggie. You know what? Mariah's gonna be pissed because she's not here. And I did it, but I'm done. I am absolutely done.
Doesn't work.
I'm done.
It does not work. Either everything's Zoom or everything's live. That's that. You hybrid it. He's probably like, if I ask, Mr. Henry, he'd be nice enough to the guy who uses.
Already? That was quick.
Yeah.
Mr. Quincy, what's the offer?
So for the running a stop sign or a red light, I should say, I'm just gonna give a repeat traffic on that.
Okay, hold on a minute, hold on a minute. No, I'm not dealing with a traffic matter that's that old. I've got a misdemeanor, the only thing that's live. The civil infraction is defaulted.
What is the?
I've got a misdemeanor, failed to display a valid license. That's the file in front of me today.
Oh.
If there was another ticket issued at the same time,
Yeah,
no
I guess we
registration
talked about the
certificate,
other
no proof of insurance.
tickets there is.
Yeah,
Yes.
those are all defaulted. So those are all money due. You currently owe us $1,389 on 1, 2, 3, 4 files. Traffic signal, failed to signal or observe, registration or plate, and no proof of insurance. All those tickets were civil infractions, and you've got 2 weeks to contact us on those, which you didn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. It went to an old address and they didn't tell me until several weeks after.
Did it go to the
308
Conant?
Conant?
How do you say that?
Conant.
Say it
Yes,
again.
that is an old address, not the one I gave them.
It's the one on your ticket, the ticket that they gave you.
Yes.
And that's the ticket that we get.
Let me see. I think that 308 Conant is what's on my license, but I gave them a different address to
Yeah,
send
but
to.
the ticket that they wrote you and handed you had the old address. That's the ticket they sent to the court. So unless you contact us and correct that, we have no way of getting a hold of you.
Understood.
You follow me?
Yes.
Yeah. So understanding that the civil infraction is already on our record.
Yeah,
Are you willing to just dismiss the misdemeanor?
Well, I don't know how if she's able to make a payment or what her.
That's not your concern. My question is, are you willing to dismiss the misdemeanor outright because she got pegged for both the civil infractions because of the default?
Yeah, I'll dismiss this. It's
All
fine.
right, and I can set up payments on the tickets if that helps.
That would be great. Your Honor.
Okay, can you set that up today?
Yes, I can do
Okay,
that today.
go downstairs, front counter, tell me you need to set up a payment plan.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Quincy.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, it's not a state, Bowling Green. Well, I don't know if she's living here or not. I didn't even look at where she's living. Well, we're still showing her Bowling Green. No, but my point is, I don't know if she's living here. You know, maybe she's not living here. Maybe she just travels here. Or like you said, she's a student at Eastern or something. You don't cut anybody any slack. You're just harsh. You're a harsh woman. Heather. You're a harsh woman. Poor Scott.
Okay, so Judge, in your file,
Yes.
Gibson,
Brendan.
yep, live exam, April 5th.
No, that's all right. Do them one at a time.
April 5th, 11:30.
MC, got it.
Live exam, April 12th, 11:30.
Time? Is that an out of custody time?
Yeah, but watch not. Well, he's out of custody.
Okay.
And then I think that's it.
Madam Clerk, did you email me about what exams I may have today?
Let's see. Wait a minute. Are you talking about ones that was scheduled today?
That were scheduled, yeah.
So, yeah. Did you want me to email you?
No, you were just asking, I think, what exams I have today. You're Heather, right?
What exams you have this afternoon, you're saying?
Yeah, you were asking me. So I have either Devon Beach, I think that's one. That might actually be in Judge Martin's, to be honest. Then the only one I seem to have scheduled for this court is Emily Hawley. But I don't know if that one's gonna happen. I just got an email from the victim's advocate that the complaining witness doesn't want to proceed with this. I just found that out, so that one, I'm not even sure if it's gonna be held today. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see what happens.
No, then yeah, you don't have any, because the other ones are domestic.
Yeah, and then I don't handle the domestics, so.
Yep, then you're good.
And I think there's one that may potentially be up for adjournment, I think.
Parish Jones?
It sounds like it, yeah.
Yep, that's adjourned to next.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Ms. Walred, are you ready on Rutledge?
We are.
Rutley was the name? Are you? All right. Appearance on Rutley.
Good morning, Your Honor. Peter Kowinski appearing on behalf of the people, P84448.
Turn it up a little bit.
Good morning, Your Honor. Veronica Walred, P85665 on behalf of Mr. Rutley. Mr. Rutley, could you state your name for the court?
Antonio Rutley.
Thank you. What do we got today?
Your Honor, once again, we have paper discovery, but not digital yet. And so I'm anticipating that I might need some more time to review any digital discovery with Mr. Rutley before making the choice to proceed to exam. So either an exam
What was
date
the
that's a
date
couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm sorry, counsel. You want to set an exam or a PCC? Your choice.
And either a PCC or an exam that's just a couple of weeks out would work.
Well, if I do an exam, I've got to go to April 5th because that's my next date, but I can give you a PCC in a couple weeks.
A PCC in that case, Your Honor.
All right, you've already got some on March 8th, right?
Yes.
Let's set Mr. Rutley the same day. At 10:30?
Yes, Your Honor, that would work.
All right, Mr. Rutley, that work for you?
Yes.
All right, 2 weeks out, 10:30 in the morning. Good luck. Have a nice day.
And I would like to just apologize to the court and Mr. Rutley. I had a schedule error. I know that he was here on time today and waiting patiently. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I saw Jamie had you in our room. All right, Mr. Rutley, enjoy your day, sir.
All right, thank you.
So clearly overwhelmed with just the amount, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Well, see, I think that's where things go south, is when people tell him everything's not relevant.
Yes. That's why I thought.
Okay.
maybe with someone involved.
Well, maybe we can get her on the phone.
A bill in particular is just gonna be fine.
You want to try to get her on the phone? Maybe we can do a
I
conference
asked her if
call.
she could do that, and she basically said, I'll try to be there. So she
Okay.
may.
What time's it scheduled?
10:45.
Okay. All right.
So just kind of filling you in, since I know that her and I have had a lot of back and forth.
Yeah.
And then Teresa did say that, Teresa from MIDC told you, right, that she would sign off for the guy to have. like,
Yeah, she said she'd give us a stipend for investigator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Victim was here yesterday.
Just by mistake? Oh, just checking the date. Okay.
So the only thing I'm confused on is, from reading the discovery, I don't see that there's a current personal protection order enforced going either direction.
I don't know. I have no idea. Philip hasn't? Well, we wouldn't put a PPO.
No, it went through the.
No, but there's been allegations about circuit court
Sure. So
PPOs.
most of the misdemeanor cases I've defended that have like these kind of, allegations in it, it's usually because the individual is being held in criminal contempt for violating for that same kind of behavior. I would never had just the standalone allegations. So I told someone.
I thought there were allegations that he violated the PCO.
See, that's what I keep getting in there. I can say it was
Right. Right.
Well, because we are always told for adjournment.
Maybe in Dillard.
So brainstorming what my clients asked for, at first I resisted, and now I think we have never filed a district court case, it's a bill of particulars. But the prosecution needs to tell me what the factual allegations are to connect these two unconsented contacts. And I think that will box the relevancy issue in. And then it's done through pleading.
It's worth doing that.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
if all it does is help him see what's relevant and what's not.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
maybe we set it out for a
Yeah.
motion hearing date,
Yeah.
give her a chance to respond to the bill of particulars and just say.
Right, right.
Because then when he
No,
wants to file the motions for discovery.
I think
you
that
say
makes,
not relevant,
I think
it's
that
not
makes
tied to
perfect,
these
I think
dates.
that makes perfect sense.
Alright,
Because
well,
I've never dealt with a bill of particular either.
it's
But
I
it makes sense in a situation like this.
Isn't it usually like open murder? I
had no
think
idea.
that's about the only time I've ever heard. In Michigan, they can, that first arraignment, they'll do open murder, murder one, murder two, when they're still trying to figure out, like, you got a
Right.
dead body, you did it. but
Right,
we
right.
don't know where.
Right, right.
So the defense counsel will then respond with this bill of particulars. I had to look it up on it. Like, wait, what? That would make sure it's clients.
Well, he's been looking it up too.
When's my MDOC, guys? I actually. take
He's a
time
smart,
to-
this is a smart guy. Yeah, this is a smart guy. I mean, you can tell that just talking to him. He's pretty bright.
So,
Once, but bright.
what? That's not a straight
Oh,
line, that's a
no.
circle. Those two are really close to
Yeah.
each other. Sir.
Yeah.
That's great by. Some of the most bloody.
He's not nuts. He's just goofy.
Yeah, I'm sure I had a couple professors that were like that back in the day, where like they're brilliant, but like they're barely able to carry a
Oh, yeah.
conversation. It's not about
Their topic. Yeah.
Just your, if
Yeah.
you're a functional adult, you're brilliant on.
That. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can't feed himself or, manage his household,
You
but
sit down next to him on the bus or the bar stool and they say, how are you? But, you know, they
Yeah.
just don't have these
Yeah.
other normal.
yeah.
People on spectrums.
Yeah, we just didn't know there was a spectrum. Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're.
He's odd. He's odd.
I'm sorry that I jumped back in to see if I didn't mean to insult the NDS in any way on Pegs. That's
I don't
not
think
what
he
I was-
took it that way. I think he was just a little bit frustrated because he had been talking to the guy.
So finally, when I understood what he was trying to tell me, he wasn't saying that no attorneys had spoken with him. He was saying, I can't hear. And that's why he kept holding the speaker up to his ear. I'm like, thank you. I
Yeah.
just should have used my words more carefully when I asked you what you.
Yeah, bad questions get bad answers.
They
Right?
do. They do. I'm not trying.
I don't know. What is it? Schoolcraft, the next Schoolcraft trial.
Is that next month or?
May?
The Schoolcraft one is May 4th.
That's what Angel and I are doing, right?
Yeah. Now, you're one for all these
No, March
cases,
4th.
they all handle each case, right? They do.
Yeah, I'm the only one needed. They have a court officer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. It's more, yeah.
That was pretty, when's that coming on?
That is
March 4th is Saturday.
May.
May 4th.
Oh.
May.
I'll tell you what, this is impressive. This will be my second time doing this.
April 17th.
April 17th. So I did it, long story short, but Mariah goes to church with a woman who's real involved in a homeschool organization. And they brought their homeschool, and I don't remember now, but it was like the Brownstown region and the Highland, Michigan region or something. And they competed with mock trials. And they did two versions of the trial. I mean, they did two sessions of the same case scenario, right? So I mean, they all showed up dressed, right? I mean, they were sharp kids, they're all homeschooled.
So at one point, I'm standing in the hallway just shooting the breeze with the kid that's playing the bailiff, because the jury's out, they're deliberating. So he's waiting for the jury, right? So I'm just out there shooting the breeze, and finally, I don't remember his name, but let's say his name was Nick. I'm like, Nick, how old are you guys? Because he's like bigger than me, right? But there was a strange mix of bodies, and there was one kid that was an attorney dressed as a male with a very high-pitched voice. And I'm thinking, this is a Christian-based organization. This is not a girl that's identifying as a boy dressed in a suit with a boy's haircut, right? So something's going on here, but it just was throwing me off because I'm thinking these kids are all high school kids, right? So I asked the kid, I'm like, how old are you guys? He's like, well, this is the 7th grade. I'm like, 7th grade? He says, yeah, so most of us are like 13, 14. I'm like, how old are you? He says 14. And I'm like, really? Then it made perfect sense. This kid that's got the high pitched voice is just hadn't dropped yet. But I mean, I was impressed before I thought they were all high school age kids, and I was impressed when I found out they're like middle schoolers. Blew me away. And I mean, these kids, and then of course after the trials were all done, we just did question and answer. I mean, those kids blew me away. The questions they asked, how insightful they were. I mean, these kids were really impressive. And of course, the adults are all like, oh, thanks so much for doing this. And I said, I pay for this. If you don't come back again with this class, this quality of kids in front of me, I'll be disappointed.
It should be a mandate in my DC city attorney appearance. Like, hey guys, just so we can cover how to introduce exhibits, just watch these middle schoolers. They're doing a lot better than you guys.
I'm telling you, they were impressive. I mean, they had you could tell they really put a lot of time into prepping for this thing.
We're probably taught the Constitution.
Yeah.
It sounds like obviously not just took it serious, but we're also good at it.
Yeah,
they were that. Like,
they were
we try
impressive.
real hard, just
They were
not
impressive.
be-
Yeah, they were very impressive. I did, I don't know if you remember Mark Moronis, if that name rings a bell or not. Mark hasn't practiced law in 15 years, I bet. Mark, did you know Mark? Yeah, Mark was the guy that was in Mosier's office before I was. He worked for Millar Weinberg. He worked for Millar Weinberg for 5 years. After 5 years, they were only paying him 20 grand. So he got a chance to buy Al Shirley's practice in Belleville. So he left Millar Weinberg, opened up his office there. So Mark and I became really good friends. And he was a great attorney. He was a magistrate here before we had the 3rd judgeship. He's the only guy I know that has read the Magna Carta. Not once, twice. Because he'd show up as a magistrate and he'd read the Magna Carta and whatever else he could get his hands on while he was waiting to see if there was anything to do, right? Really, really bright guy. Terrible businessman. Terrible businessman. And he finally found his niche. He started teaching at Eastern. Okay?
No billables to worry about.
Didn't have to worry about billables, none of that stuff. And really, really found his niche. So I went out there a couple times to judge mock trials because he got real involved in their mock trial competition. I didn't realize some of those kids can earn law school scholarships. Eastern students doing well enough in mock trials that they get like future law school money. Yeah. So anyhow, I went out and judged a number of those.
This courtroom moment wasn't loud, but it hit deep. A man stood in front of the judge, not denying his mistakes, but openly admitting them. He talked about losing his wife, about how everything in his life started falling apart after that. And instead of hiding it, he said it clearly. He's struggling with alcohol, and he knows it's a problem. The judge listened carefully, not interrupting, not judging too quickly. But then came the reality check. He asked him a simple question. If you've been going to therapy for months, why hasn't anything changed? That question said everything. Because effort alone isn't enough if the results aren't there. The man tried to explain life pressure, bills, responsibilities, the fear of losing everything if he steps away for treatment. And honestly, that's something many people can relate to. But the judge made one thing clear. Sobriety has to come first. Because if